everyone, I'm Jessica with that hashtag show, and I'm here today with Aldis Hodge to talk about his new movie Marmalade. Now, without diving too deep into spoiler territory, at the beginning of the film, your character is mostly spectating the flashback aspect of the story, and then in the second half, you really get to drive the plot. So, what did
Yeah.
you like about getting to play both of these sides?
I like how they're very, very polar opposite. It gave me a real opportunity to kind of like stretch that as comfortably as I could. Um, and I like how seriously the character took himself, based on what he was trying to do and get done. Uh, and to a point, his annoyance and his frustration at things, for me, that was the fun of this. And being able to have a character who took himself super serious, but for me as an actor, not having to take myself seriously at all, was really quite refreshing. It was a breath of fresh air. Uh, because when I watch the film, I laugh at it, laugh at the nature of the scenario, the situation. Even though I know what's going on, it's still funny to me. And I just think it's smartly written. So I like to be a part of projects that kind of play on the mindset a little bit in terms of how things get done and how people move.
Absolutely. And the universe itself has a feeling where it's kind of like almost like a fairy tale. It's very whimsical, it's heightened reality. Does working on a project like that exists in that sort of almost reality, but not quite, give you more freedom to do that flexibility, or does it make it more challenging to center yourself in the truth of the story and the characters?
There's both. Both. It definitely offers more freedom, but it's challenging because you don't want to go too far off the rails. Because when you're trying to set or land a joke, there has to be honesty in it. You can play a caricature, of yourself, but you don't want to make. You want to have fun. You want to land the joke. You don't want to make a joke of your approach to the character. Um, so being able to fine tune what that balance was tonally was the biggest challenge, I think, for me personally, and trying to make sure I was riding the right line, the fine line of, where do we believe him? And we have to believe him. We don't want to feel like he's letting on. But then after we kind of understand what's happening, we realize, yeah, bro, you're doing too much. Like, calm down. Then. But it really came down to multiple conversations with Keir, making sure that the tone was right and it was what was living in his intended vision, and making sure the rest of the audience, I mean, the rest of the cast was sort of in a cohesive space, and we were. So that's where that challenge lies.
Definitely. And I think that comes through. I think what you said about your character taking himself very seriously, even when the movie isn't taking itself that seriously, that's where the balance is. I think you hit it perfectly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, this was a really fun watch, from the humor to all the twists and the turns. I'm really excited for everyone to see it. I hope it was as fun to make as it was to watch. What's your favorite moment from on set?
On set, I don't know, like we block shot a lot of the prison moments with Joe and I. So it was like all those moments that you saw, we basically compiled into the same, day. So we're shooting and we're improvising and we're just kind of, shooting our shot, taking our chances here to really fill up the scene. And that to me was the most fun because that's where Joe and I really found our balance working off of each other. Because, I'm saying something crazy, he's responding, he's throwing it back. And then we got to really figure out where those characters were in that moment based on who they were in the moment, if you get what I'm saying. And it allows us to, once that is set, it allows us to really define everything after that. On the world that is not a part of the prison life. And it makes everything just funnier. So being able to find that in that space, I think that was my most fun on-set experience. But honestly, the entire shoot was great. Working with all the other cast members was fantastic. The only thing I could possibly regret was not being able to share the screen with Camilla, um, for obvious reasons. But I thought that she was really fantastic. I mean, just as charismatic as it gets, and the way her and Joe kind of work out, it just makes everything so. But yeah, it was really, awesome watching it and watching what those two did on the days I wasn't there. It really sparked.
Absolutely. You definitely see it on screen. All right, last one for you, 10 seconds or less. Why should
Oh,
everybody watch Marmalade?
Marmalade is a movie that you need because it's the movie we haven't had for a long time. For me, it's funny, it's humorous, it's relief, it's thought provoking, it's actually endearing, and it's something that, again, for me personally, I haven't seen this in a while, and this is the kind of film that makes me excited to go watch films, again. So yeah, I'd
That's
say
right. A movie to get you excited about movies.
probably more than 10 seconds, but you get what I'm saying.
You're close. It was good.
Cool.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.